Emblem Awakening says yo.
Welcome to another edition of Nintendo Shack. I am one of your hosts, Delvin Cox, a.k.a. Dr. Motherfucking Doom. With me, as always, is the queen of the shack, the Swifty Army. Miss Rebecca, how you doing today?
Hi, Delvin. I'm still waking up, but I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Wake up, it's Shack Sunday.
I know.
You could be doing anything in the world. You could be with Jesus right now. You chose to be here.
I could be sleeping. I could be looking at the backs of my eyelids, but I am here with you, Delvin, to talk about Nintendo.
You excited? You hyped?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of things happened yesterday. None concerning Nintendo.
I was going to say, we got lots of big news from Nintendo. Not. But you know, things are happening. Things are happening. You know, I feel like this is the calm, right? Before the storm, before like things start really picking up for the fall. I'm not playing anything. I feel like I'm in a gaming slump right now.
Yeah,
I have not picked up my Switch.
I am too, but I don't think it's by choice this time. This week I had plans to play video games.
Ooh.
My whole Saturday was planned not to play video games. You know, Friday I went to see Deadpool Wolverine. Fantastic movie.
Was it good? How was Dogpool? Was he really cute?
Yes, he was.
Like ugly cute.
Of course, yeah. It was really good. I really thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It was a delightful movie and all, you know. So I had planned out, like, you know, my Saturday, I'm going to take my kids to the farmer's market. We're going to hang out there for a little bit. I'm going to come home and I'm going to play some goddamn video games. Oh, I was going to set up my arcade cabinet because it came in.
Oh, yeah.
It's already in my closet. I was going to set it up yesterday. I get a phone call from my job. They're like, hey. Well, one of the people we manage, because I'm a property manager, so they were like, can you come in for a meeting at 12 noon? I'm like, fuck. All right, I'll come in for a meeting on Saturday, my day off, to talk to you chuckleheads about something. Meeting was 2 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
Get out of the meeting. I'm like, all right, so still good, still days not lost. I say, I'll take the kids. We're at the farmer's market. I get another call from my job.
No, I would not answer it. Leave me alone. Go to voicemail.
Like, hey, this big situation happened. This tenant's central AC unit blew out completely. Doesn't work. It's dead. And to replace it, it's going to be $4,000. And we need the money like now to go get it.
What?
So you need to go to the office, write a check to give to the repair guy. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I am an hour and a half away from the office. I'm not.
Oh,
this
my
is
God.
Like, I get it. Like, there's no other thing we can do. Like, no.
Nobody else can do that?
No. Only me. So I was like,
wow.
So then I had to have a whole other conversation with the owner of the property. Like, hey, maybe you need to send them, because I'm getting nerdy about property management, right? Because, you know, I looked into their account, and they had no money in their account because all their tenants paid, and they already got their checks. I'm like, maybe you need to pay for this AC to get fixed, because you have no money in your account. So technically the company would be paying for it.
Yeah.
And I talked to him for like 35, 45 minutes explaining that, till he finally said, yeah, you're right. I got to pay for this. And he said, all right, I'm going to send him the money. But that whole transaction took up a whole bunch of my time. I had to leave the farmer's
just think,
market.
maybe you were saving somebody from the Florida heat. They were without AC, and you were swooping in to rescue them in this heat.
That's why I did it. Because then the other time, I'm like, fuck off. I'm not doing this today. It's Saturday. Leave me the fuck alone.
Just imagine. I mean, in their shoes, it's like, oh my gosh, why does the AC have to break on a Saturday of all days? And maybe they were having guests that night and they couldn't afford to have it broken.
Yeah, so that situation got solved.
You're a hero.
By the time all that stuff got solved, it was like 5 o'clock, and I was just tired. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Then you don't want to do anything after that.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, guess I'm not playing video games. But I did get to watch some of San Diego Comic-Con, which was fantastic. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU.
I heard. I'm hearing opinions about it. I don't know anything about him or the MCU or Doctor Doom or anything, but I heard people are like not happy about this. You seem happy.
It's mixed. It's cool. I think it's a great thing. I think, people wanted him back in. They wanted him back as Iron Man. I think this is really cool because considering if you know who Doctor Doom is, he's like the big bad of like Marvel comic books. He's like cool. He's kind of like evil Iron Man. Yes.
He used to be Iron Man, but now somebody else is Iron Man?
Well, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. used to be Iron Man.
Why not anymore?
Because he died in the MCU.
Iron Man died? Oh wait! Yeah. Oh my gosh! I knew this because there was
that's an old thing.
No, there's actually a tweet. There's Taylor Swift lore here. I can make anything about Taylor Swift, Delvin.
Right.
There's like an iconic Swiftie tweet that's like, since y'all want to be bitches for Taylor or something like that, Iron Man dies in Endgame, and I'm not even joking.
That's fantastic. But
so
yeah,
I remember that.
He like died in the movie and stuff like that. So he's been gone. Like all of the original MCU characters are gone.
So now they're bringing him back as a different character?
Correct.
And that does not like ruin the immersion?
No, because the thing about Doctor Doom is he wears a mask because his face is disfigured, so you never really see his face.
So like it won't.
It won't matter. He'll essentially be playing like just doing the voice of Doctor Doom.
I see.
Which he probably could do forever, honestly speaking. He doesn't have to stop being Doctor Doom.
Right.
So I think it's really cool. I love the idea of it. Now people are having their opinions about it. People are like, oh, he should have came back as Iron Man, but he's kind of old.
Well, you can't come back as Iron Man if Iron Man is dead. Does Iron Man ever come back?
In comic books, of course, yes. But the thing is, I don't want to get too nerdy about this, but we're in the multiverse, and that's why the whole Deadpool thing happened, because you could bring they're talking about different dimensions and different characters from different universes and things like that. So there are an infinite amount of Tony Starks is out there that they can pull from.
I see.
And if you watch the Deadpool movie, you'll see.
I like Deadpool. I have seen the first Deadpool movie. Hasn't there been a couple of them now? This is not the second one. This is like the third one. Yeah, I did not see the second one, but I'm interested in seeing it because I don't really like. I don't like superheroes, but like Deadpool's funny. Like I remember I enjoyed that one.
I tell people that all the time, that Deadpool, even if you don't like superhero movies, Deadpool is the bridge to get you in there. Like, okay, this is a funny movie.
Yeah.
Even if you take out the superheroes, it's funny.
Yes. And I remember I liked that, but that was a long time ago, right? The first movie. Yes. But you saw a better movie than I saw this weekend. I saw Twisters, but I saw it in 4D. Do you know what that is?
Is that the thing where the whole like room be moving around and stuff like that?
Yeah, the like chairs shake and then like they spray like mist on you and like there's like these air things that come and like
that's
and
pretty
shoot
cool.
Air at you, and like that was a cool movie to see with 4D. I don't think I ever saw the original Twister, to be honest. I really wasn't sure what to expect going into it. But I was just going because everybody was going and it sounded cool, like 4D, like that sounds awesome. And the 4D stuff with like the chair shaking made it so funny. Like what a hokey movie. It was so dumb. It was so stupid. But the 4D made it funny. And there were parts that like me and my friends were laughing so hard and nobody else in the theater was laughing, even though it was so funny. Like not just like the 4D stuff, but like just stuff that was happening in the movie that was so ridiculously stupid. And it was a good time if you don't take it too seriously. I don't think I would recommend seeing Twisters unless you like that kind of stuff, or unless you're seeing it in 4D, because that made it kind of fun.
Yeah, the first movie is really hokey and silly, so I figured this one would be the same. I had no interest in seeing this at all, like not even a little bit.
I would not have gone to see it on my own. I don't see why people like it. It's so ridiculous. You could go see a good movie with your money.
Once I saw the whole I just spoiled it. This is from the trailer. I didn't see the movie yet. Well, they were like, "Oh, there's 2 tornadoes now." Fight like, get the fuck out! All right, man.
There's also a fire tornado, Delvin, and see, I think what I did not like was the main actor. First of all, the main actress, the main girl, she was not a good actress. She was like a nobody actress, and she wasn't very good. And then the guy, I know the main lead is like famous. He's like Glenn something. What's his name? Glenn. I don't know. He's some generic white guy that like is that everybody's. Yeah, I don't know who he is, but apparently people are very into him. But I thought that his character was very creepy, and I cast type him as a Trumper, so I definitely didn't like him. Okay. And he was like kind of weird towards the main character and like stalked her a little bit. And then she was like into it. It was weird. But the 4D, I felt like I needed a seatbelt. Like I felt like I was going to get like thrown out of the chair. There was like somebody with a tall drink next to Josh, and he was like thinking he was going to be wearing it the whole time. It was going to like fall and like get all over him. It was funny. It was very funny. Great. Yeah.
Y'all and we will have more movie talk every week on Shaq now. It's going to be a segment. Now that Donnie's gone, fuck him. We're doing it every week now.
Movie Shaq. No more Nintendo Shaq. Wait, why is that a bad movie take?
Donnie likes terrible movies, probably.
People like Twisters? I mean, it was fine. I guess. It was funny.
It probably was terrible.
It was like really,
I have no interest.
It was corny.
I like terrible movies. There's nothing wrong with watching a terrible movie sometimes. Yeah. You know. For some reason, there's something in my brain that tells me, like, this is a little bit too corny for me. Yeah. And I feel like Twister might be that bridge too far.
Yeah. I can't really recommend it too much. But I want to go see A Quiet Place. I have not seen the sequel to that, but I saw the first one. But I'm interested in the prequel.
That was really good. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that.
Movies are also expensive now.
Oh, Rebecca. I spent way too much money on movies this week.
Yeah.
I spent $200.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Which, like,
all I got
don't know.
For it was that Deadpool movie bucket. Not even the good one.
Not even the authentic Taylor Swift tin type.
No, not even the good one. Because there's 3. There's one that people love that has Wolverine, and his mouth is the cow part of it's wide open.
Oh.
So it kind of looks like, you can have some fun with the box.
Oh.
And then they have a Deadpool one, which is like Deadpool. There's another Deadpool in the movie that's like a skeleton, and it's like his head, and that's the other popcorn bucket. Okay. So we got that one.
Was it random which one you get handed by the concessions?
No, because surprisingly, not really surprisingly, the Wolverine one was sold out.
Oh.
Everyone bought that one like immediately.
Yeah. Been there. I'm glad that we're like doing things besides video games. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still seeing people talk about Nintendo World Championship, and I'm like feeling very validated that I didn't buy it. But I'm happy for the people who are enjoying it. The box with all the like goodies in it.
Yeah, but I now kind of feel like if I wait a little longer, I'll get this for really cheap.
Yeah, I don't think it's selling out.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. So like, I might just have to wait, and I'll catch it like on Black Friday for like $40.
I gotta look up this Wolverine popcorn bucket now.
See, everybody's talking about it. G-Man said the Wolverine.
It's like the one. What's that one movie? That weird Dune. Was that the
Dune
movie?
bucket?
Yeah, that one was weird.
Yeah, the bucket looked like a fleshlight. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my god!
See,
you're right.
And this bucket is making
popcorn bucket.
Yes, this bucket was supposed to be making fun of that Dune bucket because that Dune bucket is legit the worst popcorn bucket in history.
Oh, okay, that's funny. That's really good. Yeah, that's too bad. You got to get one.
Yeah, I'll find one on eBay or something like that. Probably.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay. Anything else?
None of us play video games.
Oh my gosh, people are going to stop listening to us if we don't talk about Nintendo stuff.
You don't see these good-looking ass people on this podcast? They're not going to stop listening. Like, We're here for the hotties.
Why don't you hit us with some news then?
All right, let me get to the news then. I got the.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm doing the news, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You are doing
I'm
the news.
sorry, I forgot. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to the new rules. Okay. The Lego group. This actually was cool. They unveiled the Lego Super Mario World and Yoshi set. It actually looks like Mario riding Yoshi from Super Mario World. It's the 5th edition to the Mario themes adult lineup. Ooh, that makes it sound like adult lineup.
It really does, especially when you say Mario riding Yoshi. Like, oh,
Mario riding Yoshi. I didn't write these notes. It's $130. It'll have 1,215 pieces. Is that what makes it adult? Like the number of pieces?
probably.
I don't know.
Or it looks like Mario riding Yoshi, probably.
Yeah, it looks cool though. Carl Miriam, a senior designer on Lego's Super Mario range, said in this model we wanted to capture the original sprite animation from Super Mario World. This meant recreating the pixel art in Lego bricks and then adding a mechanism to make Yoshi run with caped Mario riding on his back. And if that wasn't fun enough, we also added a dial to make Yoshi's tongue pop in and out, just like in the game. Oh, I get it now.
The way Rebecca's reading this is erotic. Shaq fans need to calm down.
His tongue pops in and out. Slowly.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I think it's I really dig it. I like that it's one of those sets that you can kind of like be interactive with and things like that. I really dig it.
And I like that, you know, it's nostalgic. I feel like for old people like us that want kind of these older designs, like it's not just like Mario Odyssey. It's actually like a game that we grew up with. I really like that design. Super Mario World is my favorite 2D Mario game.
It's my second favorite one.
Is 3 your first one?
That is my favorite Mario game of all time.
Yeah, you're an NES guy.
Yes, that was the one I loved. I was there at the Nintendo World Championships when I first played it and never forgot about it.
I get it. Lego fans get hype. Do we know when this is? Did they say any kind of release date or window for this? Because I know the Zelda one is coming out this fall, the big Deku Tree one.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
So I don't know if this one.
I'll get the Mario one though.
You will?
Yeah, I think I will.
I still want to get the Deku Tree one, but it's so expensive.
I have the Optimus Prime one that I still haven't set up yet because I don't have time. But yeah, still in the box. Oh,
this one comes out October 1st.
Ooh, that's not that far away.
And it looks pretty tall too. Like it's pretty sizable.
Yeah.
My thing is like, what do you do? Like, do you display these when you're done? Do you put them away?
You display them when you're done, so people can come in and say, "Oh, you have a lot of money."
Yeah.
I know how much that thing costs. That's
true.
A few $100s.
So true. Yeah. Okay. So next up, new Pokemon Snap was officially released in China. So do you know about this? How China like doesn't have as many Switch games as we do? Like
I did not know that.
Yeah. This is the first Pokemon game to be released in China after the console ban in 2000, with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee preparing for release. So they're getting their first ever Pokemon games since 2000. Yeah, I just saw a picture of this recently that they really don't have a lot of choices because everything pretty much is banned there. Like there's no Zelda, there's like 1 or 2 Mario games. Like everything is banned.
That is so weird. I wonder. Well, I guess China has those kind of weird rules when it comes to certain things and things that they consider propaganda and things like that. They just like, oh, you can't be here. It's very fascinating.
It is, but you know what is even more fascinating is were we talking about this with Donnie the one week? I know me and Josh have talked about it recently that China has like the NVIDIA console or which because this version exists.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's all just like such a weird situation with consoles in China. I'm happy that they're gonna finally know what Pokemon is after all this time. They're gonna be like, who are all these weird Pokemon when they play Snap? There's like 1,000 of them now.
That That'd be really cool. Hold up, let me ask chat because Rebecca, your mic's doing that weird thing again. I don't know if the chat can hear that or not.
Uh-oh. I did not change anything.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
What?
To me. If anything, come back in and come back. Jump out and come back in.
Okay.
All right, Rebecca will be right back. But yeah, I kind of really dig the whole Pokemon Snap in China thing. I don't know why it was banned. I think it's cool that they're going to be getting Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu too. One of my favorite modern era Pokemon games. So hopefully they'll get to play these games and enjoy these games. You know, it equals more sales for the Switch. So that's always awesome to me. You know, like when the Switch does well. You know, China's such a big market. So many people, like, if you look at the Switch sales and you kind of think about how well the Switch has been doing, it's like it's crazy that China is just a market that they just haven't really tapped into it as much.
Chat says that I sound fine.
Well, it's just for me. I don't know why then. It's fine. I can put up with it.
Maybe it's your headphones.
Maybe it is. I unplugged it, so let's see if
testing. New Pokemon Snap in China.
No, that didn't fix it at all.
Oh. Well, chat says I sound great.
You broke it, Rebecca.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
There you go.
What? See, it was you.
Yeah, probably.
No Man's Sky gets an update on the Switch. There's no notes here, but I know that Josh has been playing No Man's Sky like crazy. How's the update, Josh? Is it good?
It's all right. I keep getting crashes, though.
Yeah, his game keeps crashing all the time. I watch him play, and like it just like he gets like a green screen, and he has to like restart the whole thing. So I guess the update's great.
Donnie, get off our goddamn chat. But yeah, I really dig No Man's Sky. I haven't played it in a while, but
apparently they've updated like a lot. Like they've added so much and changed so much.
What a great
I don't know when you played it last.
That game.
Yeah,
that game. People hated that game.
I remember when that game came out, and like normally when you have a release like that, it is impossible to come back from such a terrible launch. Excuse me, but they somehow went from having that kind of reputation to like being a pretty respectable game.
Yeah, I've only seen it happen, I want to say maybe twice to this degree. Well, 3 times. I'll say 3 times.
What else?
I feel like this game, Destiny had a little bit of that.
Okay.
When the first Destiny came out, people were like it was bland.
I don't remember that as much.
And Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah. I don't feel like Cyberpunk came back as much as No Man's Sky, though. Like, I feel like that reputation was still, like, a little bit... Like, to this day, it's still a little bit not as good.
But Cyberpunk, you play Cyberpunk now, it's like a completely different game.
Is it? That's good.
Completely different game.
I'm glad when they do that because, like, people paid money. People, like, really, like they backed it or they believed in it. And they once they have your money, they don't have to do anything to fix it. Yeah. But I'm glad that they do, and they're better for it because now people are going to believe in their next game, hopefully. And I think they're working on something else. They're working on another game.
That's really good. I'm really happy that they are finding success, and I'm happy that they're clearly making enough money to keep building and making this game better. And I think that's really awesome that they're kind of seeing their vision. And I don't know if you remember the conversation about this game when Starfield came out.
Yes.
When they were showing Starfield, they're like, "Oh, this is just No Man's Sky, like a lesser version of No Man's Sky." That's kind of true. Like, hey, No Man's Sky's.
I know several people who tried Starfield and were like, and then jumped into No Man's Sky either for the first time or returned to it, and they are having a much better experience.
Yeah.
No offense to Starfield.
Not at all. Yeah, but
speaking of developers who really care deeply about fixing their game and making their game even bigger and better, Stardew Valley's creator, Concerned Ape, reiterates again, "I will never charge money for a DLC or update for as long as I live." Talk about games that look so different from their original release. I don't know if you're a Stardew Valley kind of guy, Delvin, but he has poured update after update after update into this game, adding new storylines, new events, new characters, new animals, new items, all sorts of stuff for free. He's added multiplayer. He's added so much to this game for free. And it's just, I think it's his baby. It's his passion project. And he is like super in tune with the community and like friendly with the modders of Stardew Valley. Like there's a huge modding scene in Stardew Valley. And there have been instances where he pushes out an update that breaks some popular mods. And he's like, no, guys, hold on, relax. Like, let me go back in and fix it real quick. And like, he'll change some of the code so that the mods work again without the modders having to like do any work.
That's dope.
Seriously, he is like amazing.
When I see developers do stuff like that, it makes me want to give them more money. We're not like, oh, we're not going to charge this. Like, no, you sure you don't want to? Because I'll give you the money. Like, it's not a problem. You know, I think it's really cool that you have a developer who just has that much pride and passion in their stuff, and they stand behind it. Like, you know, you paid that one-time fee to get on it. It's your game. Well, now it's your game. We'll keep adding to the game.
Yes, and the game is not even that expensive to begin with. It's $15, and it's frequently on sale. And you're right. Like I almost want to throw him like a couple more bucks here or there. Like I am not hesitant to buy it on other platforms. I have bought it on other platforms. I have gifted it to people. I haven't played Stardew Valley in a long time, but like I know that there will be a day that I jump back into it because it's a totally different game than what it was when I played it years ago. So good on you, Concerned Ape. Good job.
Jess, I got to tell you, no one recommends Georgia for vacation.
Georgia.
Not even people who are in Georgia will recommend Georgia for vacation. No, don't do Georgia.
Pick anywhere else.
North Carolina's good.
Yeah, I like North Carolina.
That's really
where
like
I am
North
right
Carolina.
Now. Yeah. It's good stuff. Oh, this is funny. So, do you remember? I don't know. Maybe we didn't talk about this. There was a Splatoon 3 World Championship earlier this year where the winning team, it came out shortly after they won that a couple of the members of the team, not all of them, but I think like 2 of them were really problematic online. Like there was a history of them being extremely racist and awful. Wow. And people were like complaining, and they got a thing in the game where it's like a banner featuring their players, like their custom players that people can use as a banner. And people were complaining like, this team is not deserving of this. They're racist and awful. Like, Nintendo, are you going to do anything about this? And a couple weeks went by, and then finally, I guess Nintendo caught wind of it, and they nullified the team's name is Team Jackpot. They nullified their win, and they took down the banner, and they're going to replace the banner with something else.
They should replace it with like a pride flag or something like that.
Seriously, they really should. Yeah, they should replace it with something like something really full of love. Yes. But I'm glad that Nintendo took action on that because they really could have like turned an eye and just like pretended that it didn't exist kind of thing. I feel bad for the other team members who like are not problematic and had that win.
I'd be pissed off.
I know. Well, like pick better friends. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. Pick better friends, but I'll be like, yo, we done did this thing that kind of was awesome, and you just fucked it up, and nah.
Yeah. I'm gonna read the other short Splatoon story here. So we have that back to back. Remember the Splatoon gamer behind the 39 bomb threats? That was just so mad that he kept losing and was like angry at the game that he wanted to bomb.
Yes, I
Nintendo.
Idiot. Yeah.
He has been sentenced to a 1-year prison sentence. And then 4 years suspension, I guess. And I don't know what that means for Japan. But at least 1 year prison sentence for his crime.
That's not a lot.
No, that is not a lot. It's interesting to hear like kind of the legal differences in different countries. Because I feel like in the United States, that would have been a lot more. maybe.
Yeah, that would probably be a lot more. That would probably be at least 5 to 10.
Yeah. So good luck to that guy, I guess. He won't be doing too much Splatoon gaming behind bars.
No, probably. Probably some Fortnite gaming though.
Maybe.
They probably let him play Fortnite in prison.
I bet you that the legal system in Japan is probably a lot better than ours, though. Like, he's probably going to get like some kind of rehabilitation and like classes, like anger management classes or something. I don't know. Good luck to him. Fire Emblem Three Houses celebrates its 5-year anniversary with new merchandise that you can buy on the Intelligent Systems and Good Smile Company websites. They have things like figures, stands, bags, cases, cards, statues, etc. I did not know that this game was popular enough to have a 5-year big bash of new merchandise.
It was definitely popular.
But people still like it?
Maybe it's because Donnie talked about it so much, I think it's popular. But I remember it being pretty popular when it came out. I'd probably even say beloved.
Like, probably like the most popular Fire Emblem game. I don't know how Fire Emblem games have sold.
Feels like that's the one that's kind of been in the zeitgeist of things. I don't know if it's that was popular, but that's the one I hear people talk about a lot. At least those characters, at least.
Sold 4.1 million copies.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
I think that is the best-selling Fire Emblem game.
That's a lot, yeah. So,
yeah,
good for them.
I'm not a fan, but happy for people to get merchandise for an anniversary like that. Yesterday was the 35th anniversary of the Mother series, the first game.
That's dope.
Earthbound Beginnings.
If we can get like a remake or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty nice.
They're doing a lot in Japan. Like, I feel like it's still alive and well in Japan. Like, they have merch, they have stores. There's nothing here. Nintendo of America just don't care.
Just Mother remake something.
Yeah. I love that game. I love the series.
It's crazy how much that game gets talked about and how little gets done for that game.
I know.
At least in the U.S.
In the U.S., yeah. In Japan, they still love it. They still do things there. They had like a 35th anniversary concert a couple weeks ago, like orchestrated concert, but they don't want to do anything here. So sad.
You know, the funny thing about it is, if Mother was a U.S. franchise, I feel like it'd have been we'd have had like 100 versions of it out, like every couple of years. Here's another Earthbound.
They'd be milking it.
They'll be milking it. Definitely.
I know. Which, like, I'm very glad that they don't milk it, and that, you know, the creator of it is very happy that, you know, I have finished the series. I don't need to do anything more with it. But that doesn't mean we can't, like you said, put out re-releases or remakes or like more merchandise or more, like, you know, I don't know, spinoffs.
Yeah.
So
why not? Especially if it's something that people want. Why not just give the people what they want? Simple as that. I don't know.
Maybe I'm overestimating like how much people want it, just because I do. I live in a bubble sometimes.
Well, we all do.
Yeah.
America lives in a bubble.
So true.
So, you know, it's understandable.
Delvin, why don't you hit us with questions? It was a light news week, but our listeners always come through with the best questions for us on these light news weeks.
Yep. All right, so our first question from Super Meta Boy. What's your Switch username? Donnie's is likely fine. Probably not fine. I don't know what you're talking about with that. But Force Minutes, Big Meaty Men Slapping Meat, and Super Meta Boy are all more than 10 characters and can't be used. How do we cope with this atrocity? So
that is something that I'm actually sad about, because I cannot use Forrest Minish as my Switch name, and I have wanted to on Splatoon specifically, because what happens is a lot of Twitch streamers will put their username when they're streaming Splatoon, and then people who play against them might go to their Twitch stream. It's happened to Josh. But Forrest Minish is too many characters, so if I were to do it, it would be Forrest Mini. I'm not Forrest Mini, so I just keep my name as Rebecca. And I feel like every time I play on Splatoon, almost nobody uses their actual first name. They use like silly usernames or silly mix of characters. So I just cope by doing Rebecca, which, by the way, for a lot of older games, the name Rebecca is too long, too many characters to fit.
So weird.
A lot of old games only use 6 characters, but Rebecca is 7 letters long.
Yeah, mine is I had to look up because I didn't even remember. It's my rap name, Gold Coin. That's where I'm usually on every platform. I don't play with people I don't play with people with Switch, so I would never care. I had to look it up to make sure, like, no, not playing with you people. It fits fine, I guess. Big meaty man slapping meat is something I got from a long time ago.
You would get banned on Nintendo servers if you tried to play Splatoon with that name anyway.
Yeah, and even though if you really know what the name is, it's harmless. The name comes from a wrestling meme because I think I told the story before. There's this podcast that used to be around about the New Day. The New Day were WWE, one of WWE's greatest tag teams, and one of the guys named Big E was talking about, like, I don't like 5-star wrestling matches. I like to watch big meaty men slapping meat, just fighting in the ring, like just referring to big wrestlers just punching each other. None of the other stuff. So that's where the reference comes from.
I see. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Nintendo still wouldn't like it.
No, not at all.
I do not know why they have such a short character limit, though. Like, it should be more than 10. 10 is too short.
It is.
They do that for all of their games. Like, Animal Crossing Islands can't be more than 10 characters. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah. But, this is kind of bad to say, but I never cared about it because it's Nintendo. So I feel like Nintendo just go to Nintendo. Like, you Nintendo guys, I don't care. I know. 6 characters, it's fine. It's Nintendo. Just do your thing. I'm just happy to be here. Now, if this was PlayStation or Xbox, I'd be pissed.
They would not be caught dead. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'd be furious. Be just livid about it. But it's fine. All right, our next question is from John32. A fantasy critic / Rude Days question. Well, John32 Rude Days should have asked the question. Luigi's Mansion 2, Princess Peach Showtime, NES World Championship, all scored in the 70s. Is this the end of the Nintendo bump or just a blip at the end of a console cycle?
I'm curious if Rude Days has all of those games. I'm trying to look.
No, Rude Days doesn't have any of those games.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I feel like, but Nintendo's had like these kind of mediocre type of what would you call them, like C tier releases, like C tier releases every year. There's other good stuff this year too, like they have the 1,000-Year Door, they have the new Zelda game coming out this year, they have the new Mario and Luigi game. All of those are going to score 85 or higher.
I just find it interesting that 70% is like bad. That's pretty good.
That's the new standard.
That's pretty good. Like, for if these games weren't Nintendo games, people would be praising how good that is. Like, 75, that's pretty good. In the 70s, that's pretty good for a game. But because the Nintendo game, you're like, you're slacking off, Nintendo.
Yeah, no, Rude Days does not have any of those. Does John32 have those games, though, is the question.
Whoa, Jess.
No, he does not. No. I don't think, did anyone take Nintendo World? They better not have. No, I don't think anybody did.
But I don't think 70. I don't think it's the end of the Nintendo bump. I just think these are just games that are just not connecting like that. That's all it really is, just like, hey.
And I think that they have those games every year, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. It's just games that are like, they're just fine. They're good Nintendo games. They're not like the Tears of the Kingdom. They're not the Mario Odysseys. They're not the, they're not the franchise leading ones. Even Luigi's Mansion 2. When that was even announced, people weren't like head over moon for it. They're like, okay, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't like going crazy. So I'm like, all these things feel expected to me. Like 70s sounds about right. High 70s, mid 70s.
Echoes of Wisdom. will probably score in the low 90s, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I have that in Fantasy Critic, so I don't know what y'all are doing. Some of us enjoy winning.
Yeah, some of y'all just are losers with a capital L. That's all. Just got to step your game up, baby. Just got to know how to pick games. That's all. Step your game up, bitches.
I'm not. We can't go too far. I'm not winning the whole thing.
Rebecca, you got to win.
I'm trying.
Now too much.
I'm trying.
All right, let's see what else we got up here for questions. Kyle the Pug. Come on, Rebecca.
Oh, fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We weren't gonna finish the podcast till you said that.
I got you.
Which Olympic sport would each Pokemon type have an advantage at in the Olympic Games?
Each Pokemon type? Oh, man. I don't even know all the Olympic sports.
Well, there is one that seems very clear.
Water.
Water.
For swimming.
For swimming. I don't know how good fire would do. Is there anything we have to do with fire in the Olympics?
I'm looking up Olympic sports.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Fighting
type would do something like
Hitmonchan.
Like
he'd probably kick
taekwondo
ass like
or something. Wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Kyle Pug says fire types would like the cauldron.
Ah, there you go. That counts.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Ice types would do like the snowboarding and figure skating.
Yeah.
Let's give grass types archery because Decidueye is literally an archer.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to think of anything else in the Olympics.
There's a lot of things in the Olympics. Who's going to be our gymnasts?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. What other things? Like, I guess basketball.
I don't think that Pokemon would be very good at the Olympics.
Yeah, they're all short. They're all like really small. Like I said, water they probably do really good in. So like swimming and
yeah. I think that's all that they're winning.
Racing, if any like you have to run, I'm assuming they'll probably do good at that as well.
True.
Like the hurdles.
I'm looking at the list here, and there are a lot of like things that I have never seen. I've never seen wrestling in the Olympics, but apparently that's a thing. They have flag football.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
They have skateboarding now. Interesting. They have also breakdancing now.
That would be cool. Who would do good at breakdancing? I don't know.
Hitmontop would do good because he like spins upside down on his head.
Okay.
Snorlax. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. That's our team.
All right. Next question is from Jacked Up Review Show. He asks, what's in Delvin's personal shack? So, Rebecca, since I'm Delvin, I'm assuming I can't answer this.
No, you have to answer it. Also, I can hear myself now out of your thing.
Yeah, because I had to unplug the headphones because they're making noise.
Oh.
Again. Can you still hear me now? Myself now?
I think so. Yeah.
That's weird because I turned the levels down a lot. All right, I can hear you better now, so.
Okay. I don't know. Wait, I can still hear myself.
God damn it.
Yeah, and everyone else hears it.
I'll just have to hear your whatever that is. Try it now.
Hello? Okay, that's better. No echo. I do not know what is in your personal shack. Probably I don't know, Delvin. What is in your personal shack?
Lots of Transformers.
I was gonna say lots of like arcade cabinets and pinball machines.
That too. Yeah, arcade cabinets, pinball machines, Transformers.
I like it.
Stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful
Nerd
women.
Shack. Beautiful women. Nice.
Yeah, I like
Love
beautiful
it.
women. I don't know why they come to my shack, but a man can dream.
It's your own personal shack. It could be anything you want it to be.
Yes. A minigun. That's good. Good call. A minigun. That would be really good. I like miniguns. But what kind of minigun? Like a Gatling gun or like a really, really small gun? Like, either one works.
Okay. There you have it.
All right. Our next question is from Josh Jepson. I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. Do you think we'll hear about Pokemon Legends Zeta A again before the end of the year? I didn't even know that was the name.
Yeah, it's a very bad name. I still don't know
Terrible
if it's
name.
ZA or ZA or Zeta A. Nobody
Pokemon
really knows.
Zaza.
Zaza.
Pokemon's getting high. Pokemon's got that Zaza.
Don't they normally have another Pokemon Presents in like August or September or something like that? They have like 2 a year, don't they?
I think so, yeah. They usually do.
So we probably will find out more about it late summer, early fall, somewhere around there. I think they will tell us a little bit more about it, especially if it's going to be coming out next year. They start hyping it up pretty early, don't they?
Yeah, usually so. I expect to hear about Pokemon Zaza.
I wonder if they will make it clear if it's going to be like on the Switch or if they're like kind of holding it for the next console, so they don't want to tell us too much yet. I don't know.
Probably. That would be pretty cool. Like, hey, it's on Switch 2. Switch Plus.
Whatever it is, though, I don't think they're going to, next time we hear about it, I don't think that they're going to tell us too much, because I remember the marketing for the first Pokemon Legends game, Legends Arceus, that marketing was atrocious. I remember we were like a month away from the game releasing and we knew nothing about it. We like didn't know what kind of game it was, like what we would be doing in it. We just kind of knew like the basics. And I was like really hesitant about it. I was like, this is either going to be like the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, because they weren't sharing anything. And so I feel like they're going to maybe do that again with this. They're not going to reveal anything until like the last little stretch of time leading up to it.
Probably. That makes sense.
Yeah. Because the first thing that we found out was like a real teaser. Like we didn't see any kind of gameplay. Like it was just like, hey, this exists. It's going to be in Kalos.
Well, we'll see then.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I'll get it. I like the first Legends game.
Yeah, I thought the first Legend was pretty cool.
It was a good change of pace.
Yeah. All right. Our next question from Logan Good. What Nintendo series, not major like Zelda or Mario, would you love to see a release day game for the Switch 2?
Oh, that's a good question.
There's this one we talked about earlier. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Earthbound. Like, that would be really good. Like, hey,
could you imagine?
Yeah, here's an Earthbound remaster. Doesn't seem like it would be hard to do either.
Do you think people would buy a new console just for that?
Yes.
I don't think enough people would. Like, I think there's some, like, there's a group of us that would go feral for it. Oh, but I don't know if it has like that millions and millions that Nintendo wants.
Well, it wouldn't have to be like the major seller, but that'd be one of the reasons why
right.
people
like one of the few.
Yeah, like here's one of the games that you guys can get on day one on Switch.
I would be there.
And that would be that. If you put that there with a Zelda or Mario game, people would go crazy.
With like a new 3D Mario? Yeah.
Yes.
I personally would love a brand new Animal Crossing game on release day for the Switch
That'd be cool too.
because I'm ready for a new game, and I think that would have a lot of selling power. I think there's a lot of people who got really addicted to Animal Crossing with New Horizons, and if they had to upgrade their console to play the new one, I think they would.
I agree. I feel like with Animal Crossing, you could like just wait like 6 months after like that and be like, here's a new Animal Crossing with a new Animal Crossing console and get that bump again.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Because I did that. I did buy the Animal Crossing Switch. Sadly. It got me. And it would get me again.
We don't care about
what do you mean it's the Olympic sport?
Unless there's RKOs.
Wrestling is not the... People don't think wrestling when they think Olympics. They think swimming and running and gymnastics.
We want John Cena doing his move. We don't want all that real wrestling stuff. That's not fun.
If you had asked me if wrestling was an Olympic sport an hour ago, I would have said, I don't think so.
It is.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's the Olympic sport, but it's a big Olympic sport.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Our next question is... You know what? I'll save that one for last, because I think that was a really interesting question.
Okay.
Tyler Kopp asks, do you think the Switch 2 will be loaded with shovelware like we have now? There's sometimes a gem mixed in with the trash.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it will be.
I think that all of the consoles have that. I think the Switch is like most guilty of it because of one, how easy it is to develop for the Switch, and also because of the lack of curation in the eShop makes it seem like there's a lot more than the other consoles. I mean, yeah, people trying to put out trash to make a couple quick bucks. It's gonna happen.
I think it would be because it's gonna be the same goddamn eShop.
Yeah, I agree. You're right.
Nothing's gonna change.
That is
They may just update it a little bit with like, here's only Switch 2 games, but here's your regular eShop. I don't think much is going to change on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Especially because if it's backwards compatible, it kind of has to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this day and age with like a lot of people, more people than ever having digital games, like you kind of just have to. What? Donnie cannot let this go.
I have not.
I don't really watch the Olympics, first of all, and like when I see things about it, I see about like Simone Biles, and I see like, I know Michael Phelps isn't anymore, but like swimming is like a big one. Like
there's
that runner with the Dragon Ball Z card or Yu-Gi-Oh card or whatever it is. Like you see stuff like that. You don't see stuff about. I don't see stuff about wrestling. I'm sorry.
Nah. It's an important Olympic sport, but it's not one that you see on the timeline. Like you said, Simone Biles is one. Basketball is one heavy one.
Yeah.
The track events on there a lot. You see wrestling sometimes. At one point, wrestling was really popular in the Olympics. That's how Kurt Angle became a big name.
I wouldn't know.
See, goddamn Donnie. He's going to bring you the whole
He is
history.
writing a novel. Oh my God. I believe you. Jesus. Donnie, I'm sorry.
He'll be all right. All right. Our next question is from G-Man. G-Man asks, so I've been seeing this on Twitter a few days ago talking about how you can hear it in Tom Kenning's voice. He's getting old for SpongeBob's 25th anniversary. And my question is, when do you think an actor should stop voicing a character? Do you think do it when it's time?
I think that's a really good question, especially because we just had, all of the talk about Charles Martinet retiring.
Yes.
So I feel like this question is very relevant. And, I like SpongeBob a lot. I watched a lot of SpongeBob growing up, and I know it's very different now. I don't really like the new SpongeBob. Maybe that's just me being old. But Tom Kenny is such an iconic voice for SpongeBob. And I don't think anybody else can do it the same way that he can, just the same way that Charles Martinet is so beloved for Mario and so like closely associated. Like he is Mario. Tom Kenny is SpongeBob. But G-Man is so right. Like, you can't do it forever. Eventually, he's going to age out. I mean, the show's been going on for 25 years. That is longer than most animated shows go on.
Rebecca,
yes.
Believe it or not, I struggle with this a lot. Because, well, one, I love SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
And two, Transformers is my favorite cartoon series. And Peter Cullen has been the voice of Optimus Prime for well over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, when you hear other people play Optimus Prime, you're like, that doesn't sound right.
Doesn't sound right.
Like, it doesn't have, like, the same feel to it. Like, even now, the Transformers 1 movie that's supposed to be coming out, like, in another month is Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime. I'm like, I don't know about this one, Chief.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I get it because Peter Cullen's up there in age. Like, I want to say he's in his 70s. So, you know.
Yeah, he can't do it forever. Yeah.
Can't do it
so
forever,
when does he step down? When does he retire?
I think he's there now. I want to say that he said he's pretty much retired now except for the live action movies.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just kind of like a thing. Like, I like for people to gracefully bow out when they feel like it's right. And plus, ideally, what you'd like to see is them decide it's time to bow out, and they have someone in place to take their place in that role. I think the problem has been for a lot of these characters is that they haven't had anyone in place to kind of do that. I think Kermit the Frog, it happened not too long ago. And people were like, I don't know if I like the new Kermit voice. And to me, I hear like, it kind of sounds the same, so I'm not too mad at it. But, you know, you've had it with the multiple Batmans, you know. It's always been a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting because I feel like there's, for most shows that go on for that long, there is kind of like a turnaround of the voice actors. Like, I don't know why now I'm thinking of Pokemon has been on for so long, and there has been a different voice for Ash Ketchum for like different seasons. There's been like 2 or 3 or 4 voices for Ash, and it's like,
all
that's
women.
not as all women, and that has not been, you know, as iconic of a voice. Like, you don't just associate one person with him. I Can't See brings up, you know, Futurama.
That's a great example.
Be it age or Billy West being rusty with it, but Fry sounds different, even though it's the same voice actor, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't think there will ever be another SpongeBob voice as good as Tom Kenny, but I think the way that they handled it for Mario was very good. I like, what's his name, Kevin Afghani.
Yes.
I think he is a good replacement. Like, he sounds like him. He's not trying to put his own spin on it. He's trying to keep it traditional, trying to keep it as close to Charles Martinet's voice as possible. And I think he does a really good job with it. If you had not told me it was different, I probably would not have noticed. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. I agree.
People who say that they think it's super different, I think are just being on their high horse.
Do you remember the controversy with Metal Gear in this?
I don't think so.
Okay, the last mainline Metal Gear game, I can't remember what it's called. I think it was the Phantom Pain. They replaced the actor who usually plays Solid Snake with Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay.
And people were pissed.
Really?
They were really mad. Even though he sounds good as Snake.
Yeah.
It's just like people just, you know, sometimes people just don't
like
it at all. Sometimes they're not ready for that change.
Yeah. Because, you know, I think for a lot of these characters, they're so beloved. Like, people grew up with this. They grew up with Mario. They grew up with SpongeBob. They grew up with all this stuff. You know, it's been such a constant in their life to hear this one voice for this one character. But there is a time, you know. I think, I don't know how old Tom Kenny is, but if he is, and I think Tom Kenny really likes being the voice of SpongeBob. Like, that's his baby, right? He's 62. Like, he can retire at any time. But
the crazy thing is,
he probably
I don't
will
think
want
that's
to.
too old for voice actors.
No, I don't think so either. Unless it's like really, really changing his voice. Like, I think if he can still do the voice, you know, even if it does sound a little bit different, as long as he's sounding kind of like it, I wouldn't care if he kept doing it as long as he wanted.
I agree. Have you seen the episode of SpongeBob where they have like the live actors do like the parts of their roles?
No. I stopped
Very
watching
fascinating.
SpongeBob. I only like the first like 3 seasons of SpongeBob. Like everything
those are the
before the
best.
first movie, like I'll rewatch those as many. Like I'll rewatch them 100 times, but I have not really seen anything past that.
Yeah. I can't remember what episode that was, but I highly recommend it because it's fascinating watching the voice actors play the roles of Sandy, SpongeBob,
That's
Plankton.
cool.
It's also really interesting because you watch them and you're like, oh, they're all like older people.
Yeah.
Like,
they've
like
been
not
doing
young.
it for 25 years. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like older now. They're like in their 50s and 60s.
Right, because they were adults when they started. Yeah, I'll look that up. That's really cool.
Yeah. All right. Our next question is from Jay Allen. He says, with Xbox streamable on a Fire Stick, how close do you think Nintendo is to being able to make a Switch stick and possibly play games natively?
I remember we talked a while back about what if there was something like a stick like that, like a plug or a dock or something that you can put in your TV that like you can be holding the Switch and it casts it to the TV. So it's kind of like you have a Wii U gamepad in your hands as the Switch. So that you're able to like play on the TV and have like the dual screen, kind of like a Wii U, but like have it plug into your TV. And that is like, it's like casting it. So it's like the power is not coming from the stick, but like, it's like playing it through the console, like casting it to the TV. That's what I think that they're going to do eventually.
I think they could do it now if they wanted to. But I think the question is, why would they want to do it now?
Right.
Why they want to, why would they want to invest in that? Because they have a good thing going with Switch, and the market kind of speaks to that. Like, hey, Switch is very different than everything out there, and that's a good thing. Like, there are people trying to catch up with that, like Steam Decks and the Rogue Allies and stuff like that. But Switch kind of has a market to itself, and it's really popular. Like, if anybody I can see doing this, it'd be Microsoft. Microsoft is the one who's like, hey, we can make this a thing. You can just kind of like make this your Fire Stick / Game Pass machine. They're more so be willing and capable to kind of make that happen more than anybody else, I think.
Yeah, what's stopping them from making their own version of the Fire Stick?
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if they did that. I think the
Game
Series S
Stick.
I think the Series S is kind of a good middle ground to that. But I think Xbox will probably go that route. Switch, I don't think they need to do that yet. I think Switch, like Nintendo's like, hey, we're in a good spot. And this is one of the times where they're like, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Like,
Yeah.
Switch 2 just needs to be a stronger Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But
fine. Nintendo is always about their innovation, and they're always coming up with something that we don't think we want, but we end up enjoying it once they put it out.
Yeah, I think so.
They're always coming up with something that's like, what? That's so like gimmicky and wacky and weird. And then we're like, wait, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. X-Stick. Donnie says that's not a
X-Stick. I could see them doing that. And they'll charge just as much as a console for it, even though it just streams games from the cloud.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the Xbox is in perfect position to do that. I don't think Nintendo is yet. It would be cool if they did something like that with their classic games. Like you could buy this Fire Stick where you can play all these old Nintendo games. You can stream them right to your Fire Stick and just with Nintendo Switch Online. That would be pretty cool.
That would be. I would like that.
All right. Our final question. I thought this is a really interesting one. Jack Review Show asked another question. He says, which system are you loyal to more? Microsoft, so I guess that's the Xbox's Series X, Sony, or Nintendo?
Are we starting console wars on the Nintendo Shack podcast?
Of course we are. People want it.
I mean, obviously, Nintendo's my favorite. But, like, I hate the idea of console loyalty. Like, if Nintendo starts to suck and be awful and have no games that I like and have really awful, like, if the next console is awful and there's no good games, like I'm not going to be loyal to them. I'm not loyal to any corporation.
Correct.
I enjoy Nintendo the best out of these three, but like I just want to play good video games, and sometimes those are on Nintendo and sometimes those are on PlayStation, and they're rarely on Xbox, but sometimes they are.
I tell people this all the time. There is no need to be loyal to any of these companies.
They are not your friend.
They're not your friends, and two, they're trying to get your support. Why are we willing to support them? Let them, like let's say, put it in layman's terms. Why do we sit here and bend over to their needs and their wills and kind of justify their horrible takes? Just enjoy the console. Whatever it is, if you enjoy playing Switch games, play Switch games. Enjoy playing PlayStation games, play PlayStation games. You don't have to be loyal to any of these systems.
You should not describe yourself as loyal to any mega corporation.
Yeah, because frankly speaking, they're not loyal to you.
You can be loyal to your local pizza shop that is, run by a really hardworking immigrant who, is trying to make ends meet. That's somebody to be loyal to. That's a company to be loyal to, not a mega corporation.
Yes, and I love all three of these consoles, these companies for different reasons, but I'm not loyal to any one of them personally.
No.
I think, and anytime any one of them do things stupid, I'm going to call it out. Like, they should do stupid shit all the fucking time.
Sometimes on Twitter, I love getting in Twitter arguments. It is so exhilarating for me. And like, people will think it's like such a gotcha that like I have a Nintendo podcast. So like, clearly I must be like a Nintendo mega fangirl who like can never say anything bad about Nintendo. Like, ooh, you're such a fangirl. But like, anybody who listens to the show knows that we call out Nintendo and criticize them and, call out the stupid stuff. Like, we're not loyal to them. They're not paying us.
Damn sure not. But yeah, just enjoy what you like, You don't have to be loyal to any system or any company for that matter. I think
just enjoy games.
Being loyal to people will matter to be more than being loyal to companies, because companies are going to let you down every time. They're going to do things you don't like.
And don't get that confused, Delvin. Don't let people get confused that you should not be loyal to Phil Spencer or,
not
Bowser. Don't be loyal to them.
People people you care about. I think there's a vast difference, You got to be just loyal to like people that you actually know. Like in terms of companies and faces of companies, no.
Be loyal to Delvin.
Yes, all praise Delvin. Definitely all praise Rebecca.
That was a good question to end on, because I feel like people would expect us to be like, yeah, we're loyal to Nintendo. We're the Nintendo Shack podcast. But no.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm on every podcast on PSVG. I can't be loyal to any system. They keep trying to add me to more podcasts. Oh, did you see the thing before we go? Did you see the thing that happened on PSVG this week?
No, I didn't watch.
About Donnie. Donnie's apparently not a Nintendo fan. He's not loyal because he doesn't know the Pokemon rap.
Oh, how do you not know the Pokemon rap?
Yeah, Donnie, how do you not know the Pokemon rap?
What? Donnie, fake fan. Fake
Nintendo fan. Listen, I implore people. I know sometimes the Shack listeners don't listen to PSVG, but listen to Donnie's story about what happened to him when he was getting his windows tinted. It is one of the most funniest stories you'll ever hear. He runs into a Nintendo Shack fan, or a tangentially Nintendo fan, who's heard of him.
Oh my God.
And
I
what
gotta go listen to it.
Is amazing.
I'm gonna go listen to it. That sounds awesome.
Yes, it's a great episode.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
That is gonna do it, right?
That's it.
That's our questions. That's our news. Maybe we'll play video games this week, Delvin.
Maybe. God damn it, Donnie. Well, you should have brought your ass on a goddamn show to talk about it. To promote our goddamn podcast, Donnie. You leave the show, leave me running it. I fuck it up. You can't blame me. You can only blame your goddamn self, Donnie.
Oh, that's so good. Now we got to go listen to the show to understand it.
Yes.
You gotta go listen to PSVG. All right, Delvin. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. We'll see you next time, Koopalings. Have a good one.
Peace.